YouTube, how's it going? It's Jack here, and today is the second episode of Let's Talk. That's what I've decided to call this weekly series, and pretty much it's going to involve me going into in-depth into questions that most people wouldn't regularly ask or think about. So, last week was, what is the cost of gaming entertainment, and I want to thank you guys for the feedback. I didn't get a ton of views so far on there, but still, a lot of people did respond to me, so I thank you guys for that. I do apologize though, it was an old video from a few months ago, so it's not completely up to date, and I did mention like the summer sale in there, so I do apologize for that, but I will be doing a lot better quality in my videos. So, this week's video, if you see it's Modern Warfare 3, that means it's gotta be, what is OP? And when most people think of OP, they think of first-person shooter games, usually Battlefield or Call of Duty or some other sort of branch off from those companies. So anyway, first I wanted to define what OP means. There's actually a few definitions. The one that usually nobody really thinks about is the life definition. And what I mean about that is what people use in everyday life. And in life, it means to overcome by superior force or to affect or impress excessively. Now, when most people, if they use the word overpowered in real life, they usually mean if somebody's fighting with another person and they get pinned down. So it's not really a big thing. But the main reason they ever would use that, and I do apologize for my Skype going off in the background, the one way they would ever use this noun, or it could actually be a verb, you overpowered, would be if you were using it in a game, kind of like Call of Duty or Battlefield, or as I said earlier, some other sort of first-person shooter game. Because, the definition of gaming is something that is better than it should actually be, or just without weaknesses, or something that cannot be tolerated. And what I mean by this is, if you ever played one of these first-person shooter games, people will always complain about an OP gun. And what I mean by that is, like in this gameplay, my friend here, Scott, he's using the Type 95 for an example. So I also check his channel out afterwards. I do want to thank him for this clip. But this is the thing. The Type 95 is probably the most powerful assault rifle in Modern Warfare 3. It takes 2 shots directly to the body to kill a person. All other machine guns would take at least about, I'd say, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 4 shots to the body to kill a person. So this is a very overpowered gun, and a lot of people complain about it. But what you don't realize is that you complain about it, but as soon as you pick up that gun and you start doing well, like my friend is doing, they start to accept it, and they start to become somewhat hypocritical. They say, hey, you know what? Maybe this isn't that bad of a thing. And it's always going to be in these games, because even if, and I've seen this on the forums many times, but if people complain about the gun, and out of some miracle the developers or the company remove the gun, the population that plays the game will always find a new gun. Like, they will find the second tier, like the second best weapon in the game, and that will become the OP weapon. Like, for example, the AK-47, it's not the best gun in really any game, but it's in like every first-person shooter game, so a lot of people use it. And to be honest, if the top-tier guns were removed for whatever reason, out of mass complaints, a lot of people would say, just for example, use that AK, and they would eventually, the trend would catch on, and a lot of people that don't use the AK would say, hey, wait a minute, this is an OP gun. This is not right. You should remove it from the game. And that's the really unfortunate cycle, because there will always be this trend, people will always find a flaw, they will always want it removed, and then they will move on to something else, and the whole cycle starts over again. And that is a big issue, and unfortunately, I do understand. I really haven't thought about this with the developers, because I'm like everybody else out there. If they've looked at a Treyarch game, or an Infinity Ward game, or maybe even a Frostbite game, they say, hey, wait a minute, these are OP. There's a lot of flaws. There's too many kill streaks, too many in the sky, the guns are bad, you can't have perks, the perks are cheap, all this crap. But as soon as you use it, you go back on your word. And so I don't think a lot of people take that into consideration, but you should, you know? Like me, my favorite gun in Modern Warfare 3, I don't care if I get killed by using it so many times, is got to be the Model 1887. I love old-fashioned guns and sniper rifles. That's, you know, just inevitable for me because I'm the odd one out. I don't like the Type 95. In my opinion, I maxed this out. I got it to gold. It took me like a month because it was the most hated gun to me. And pretty much to everybody, it's the most hated gun. They don't like it. But they move on to something else. You know, the MP7, the ACR. I don't know the other ones. I really haven't played Call of Duty for a while. But that's the thing. So, guys, just think about it. Maybe try out some other weapons. See what you think. And maybe give, you know, if you're even up for it, you know, have the enthusiasm, maybe send a few non-removal requests to the forums, you know. Maybe say, hey, like, maybe make all these balanced. Because there are a lot of games, and I got to start wrapping this up because the clip's ending, but there are a lot of games that do actually have balanced weapons, like Blacklight Retribution, TF2, any kind of Valve game for that matter, and Call of Duty 4. That was probably the most balanced game. Everybody says that. Everybody knows that. That just stamped, trademark, everything. So, guys, think about it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and leave a topic if you want. You know, send it to me in a private message, video response, whatever. I gotta wrap this up. And don't forget to subscribe, or at least thank my friend Scott. His link will be on the screen and in the description. Thanks, guys. Bye.